Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm here again with another video. This time we are going to go ahead and configure these Juniper V routers. As you can see right here, I got router 1, router 2, hang on, router 2. Yeah, you just kind of like saw my stuff here. This is for an EVPN VXLAN lab. These three, there, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a fourth one somewhere. Oh yeah, these guys right here too. Basically EVPN VXLAN. If you guys are interested, I could show you how to set that up on Juniper, but it's not that difficult. It's pretty easy. But anyhow, back on the topic, we got router 1, 2, and 3, as you can see right here. And I am also, I transitioned from Linux Mint to NixOS, so I might make videos on that if there's any need or information on that. So let's go ahead and actually get started into this Juniper BGP lab. So what is BGP to start off with? Well, it is basically the border gateway protocol. It is one of the most used routing protocols. It's basically what makes up the basis of the internet, as well as being more integrated into EVPN VXLAN. Well, EVPN is basically just BGP. EVPN NLR is traveling on BGP. It's a whole other topic, but it's a big topic. It's very important. I'm just showing you how to configure it on these Juniper devices. So, as you can see, we're going to do an eBGP lab. There's a difference between eBGP and iBGP. It's mostly how they're configured and also how they do route updates as well. Those are like the two major things. But for this one, we are going to do the eBGP because every single time we get a new route, it propagates it to its eBGP neighbors. For iBGP, it'll just, if they already have the route installed, they won't send it out. But if it's a new route from an eBGP neighbor, they'll advertise it to iBGP without changing the next hop address. It's very annoying sometimes, which can cause some issues, but there are workarounds for that. Again, if there's interest in iBGP, more than happy to show it, but for now we will focus on eBGP. I know I kind of rambled there for a few minutes, so let's go ahead and get started, and I can go ahead and get this router configured. So we're going to start with router 1. Obviously we're going to do router 1, we're going to do the loopbacks. Pretty obviously we're going to pair up the loopbacks. Yes, you can pair off of the directly connected IPs, but most of the time it'll just be a customer's directly connected IP address pairing to like a loopback of your device or something, and you're pairing with their directly connected IP that you give them if you're on the service provider side of things. If you're in the enterprise, you might be peering your ISP static IP to a loopback in your core router to get a BGP session established, and then do an IPsec tunnel across it as well. I've seen that done before, and I've also seen a static route IPsec tunnel come up and then doing BGP between it, kind of backwards. But hey, ccna's made that decision. I don't judge. Anyways, but as we can see here, we're going to configure this IP, the 10.0.0.5, the 10.0.0.2, and then we're going to do a loopback of 1.1.1.1 because I am lazy and I don't want to come up with a valid loopback IP. So let's go ahead and do a set interfaces GE002 because, and that is easy.0 family inet address 10.0.0.2/30. Yes, this is, like I said, more Juniper based, but it works very well. And also, if there is interest, I can show everyone how to do a good subnetting. That's how I got these 2, 5, 6, 10, and 1 IPs. It's very easy. You can easily knock that out, but again, a different topic, different thing. It's, yeah. So we're going to do interfaces LO0.0 family inet address, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be a /32, so we don't need to put the slash there because we're not specifying a network address because it is its own thing. So then we're going to set protocols, BGP. Actually, before we do that, I always forget this. Set routing options. All right, local routing options. Router ID. Yeah, router ID is that because we want to say, hey, this is our router's IP. to the configurations so that if we do anything else, it'll be like, hey, what gives? Why don't I have one? And then for this, we're going to do 64513 as the autonomous system. Boom. So then we do set protocols, BGP, right? Group, we got to specify the group name, and this will be external, right? We're going to have to specify the type, which I said was external, and that's why I named it external. It's just, you know, so we know what it is. Basically, if I back up here, you can see the different types. We got external or internal. As I said, internals IBGP, externals eBGP. We want to do external. Boom. So now we want to do group. Now we want to specify the neighbors, which will be the loopback of 2.2.2.2, 2.2.2.2, and 3.3.3.3. Sorry, I am pointing at my computer and I don't know why, because you guys can't see it. So we're going to go ahead and do neighbor of 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And a neighbor of, oh wait, hang on. We forgot this, the PRAS. Specify that, 64514, boom. And then we go to 3, which will be 3, 3, 3, 3. And that will be 64512 for the PRAS. Boom. And if we do a edit protocols BGP group external thing, and then do a show pipe display set, you can see what we did. It's very nice, very easy, very simple, but there are some things that we forgot. So since we're peering with loopbacks, it'll be more than one hop to get to the BGP neighbor. Juniper likes to cut off at one hop, and I think Cisco does the same thing. So this is just a Juniper way of doing it. So now we have to do a set multi-hop TTL, and I'm just going to set it to 3 just in case. And now if we do a show pipe display set, boom. But now we also got to do set the local stuff, the local AS, which is 64513. Yes, we did it in the routing options, but sometimes you're dealing with many BGP sessions, many different AS systems, all on like one router or a stack of routers that are all centrally together to where they think they're one. And it can be a nightmare sometimes. So we're just going to do a local address and local AS, which the local address we already specified. That's where I should be expecting the BGP messages coming from. So now if we do a show pipe display set, that looks better. So now we'll do a top command here and do a commit and quit. Boom. Now if we do a show BGP summary, as you can see, we're now waiting for these two things to come up. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. We need to go into the routing options again and then do a set static route, and we need to tell this guy, hey, 2.2.2.2, you actually are from this IP of next hop 10.0.0.6, because 2.2 is loopback, we have no idea where it's going. And it's the same thing with 3.3.3. 3.3.3.3, we have no idea, it has no idea where it lives, so we got to tell it, hey, you got to go to 1. Boom, commit and quit. And now if we do a show interfaces terse pipe match GE, we can see we have those two IPs configured already. So they'll basically be like, hey, 2.2.2.2, you go here when you reply. So now let's go to router 2. Or no, 2.2.2 will be right over here. That's 3.3.3.3.3. So now we'll go here and we will do a set interfaces, the same stuff, you know, GE tag. I sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Family inet address 10.0.0.9/30. We go back to here. We do a .6 ./30, and we go to .1 or well 1.0. See, because this is basically the unit IP. So if we do a show interfaces real quick, interfaces GE, let's say 0, 1, you see you got to do a unit 0 to specify the sub interface, because you can have multiple sub interfaces on an interface. It's the Juniper way. I like it because it's a lot more granular. But anywho, we set both those IPs. Now if we do a set routing options, router ID 1, 2, 3, 4, and then autonomous system 64514. And as you can see, I actually did miss an interface. LO0. How else are we gonna know the pair? INET address 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay. Now if we do a now we have to do a set of protocols BGP, and we're gonna have to do a group external. You can have multiple groups, and they don't have to be named the same on all devices. They could be different, just as long as the peering is there. You are fine. Boom. Now if we do a neighbor 111, and then the peer AS of 64513. Actually, let me make sure I typed that in correctly. Yep. Cool. And then I can go to 333, which will be 2. And I go here and do 3.3.3.3. Boop. Alright, and then I do a local address 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I do a local autonomous, external autonomous, local AS, that'll be, Jesus, sorry, my brain is fried. Boom. And then if we do a show protocol BGP pipe display set, since we only have 2 groups, you see that. But let me check this. One show BGP sum. BGP, because I didn't commit it. Let's commit it. Now if I do run show BGP sum, why isn't it coming up? Why isn't it coming up? Well, there's 2 things. We didn't set the multi-hop thing, as if that was your guess, and we did not set up the static routes yet. So if we go to multi-hop, TTL, and do 3 as a just in case. Did I commit over here though? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. And then if we didn't set the static routes, so we got to do a show routing options. Set routing options, and as you can see, we don't know where 111 lives, so we got to 1, 1, 1. Oh, nope. Static routes. Then 111. I was ahead of myself. Next hop, and then the next hop obviously will be this IP right here, because we're saying, hey, 111, you live over here. Get over here now, bro. That's what we're telling it. We're telling it, hey, you live here. You don't live over here. You know, we're basically air traffic control, like, oh, 111, please taxi to runway GE001 and prepare for takeoff. That is the type of business we're in here. So now 10, 10, 10, boom. Okay. And now if we do a commit, and then if we do a run show BGP sum, we should see 111 come up to established. So that's how you know the route is up. We can see that we have what is it? 2 peers. 1 is down because it's not configured yet, but the rest is up and ready to go. So let's move this out, see if we can't get a better thing here. So yeah, you can see it's been up for about 24 seconds. How many out packets, how many in packets have been received. And when we get 333 up, which will be the next one we'll do here, I will show you the Wireshark live capture of the BGP negotiations. I know, real cool stuff, right? So now we're on router 3, and we're going to go ahead and get into the edit mode, and we're going to set interfaces GE002 2.0 family INET address, okay, and then we're going to do 10.00.1/30, boom, and then we're going to go to 00, and we're going to set that as 10. Oh, I could have just added a 0 at that. I'm not that smart. All right, boom. Oh, nope, that'll be a 0 right there. Okay, we'll do a set interfaces LO0.0, and then we'll do a family INET address 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and then we'll set routing options router I misspelled router ID 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do a autonomous system. And why did my work email have to do this? I am off work. I am not answering that. It's the weekend. It's a frickin' Sunday. Anywho, set the autonomous system, boom. Then we'll set routing options static route, and we're gonna tell 2.2.2.2 you live off of 10. Your next hop is 10.00.9, and then for 1, your next address is 1, 2, 3, 4. Your next address is, drumroll please, 2. Alright, so now we got all that set. We got all the the workhorse of it. Now we just gotta plop it in and call it a day. So now we're gonna do set protocols BGP group external. I like to keep it the same across the board so I know what I'm talking about. Some places won't have this, just a heads up. Type external, and then we're gonna do a neighbor of 2222 peer AS, you know its AS is 6564514. Do I? Alright, let me see what I set my locals. Okay, cool. So yeah, 64514. Boom. Alright, and then we're gonna go here and delete all this. We're 333, so we're gonna do 1111. What's your address, buddy? Where do you live? So now we gotta do 64513. Cool. 64513. And we're going to go ahead and do a local address of 64512. Oh, that's local AS, not address, my bad. So thank you, Juniper, for saving me. So it'll be local that, boom, and then 64512. Boom. Show protocols BGP pipe display set is what we're going to check next. We got the type external, boom, boom, boom. Now what we're missing is that multi-hop, which is important. So we'll go here. We'll do multi-hop, TTL3, the time to live for 3. So as I promised, we're going to look at this Wireshark capture of GE02. So we'll go to capture GE00, my bad. I was like, wait, 2? No, that's not the one I wanted. So GE00. Let's boot this puppy up. As you can see, we're booting it up, Alright, now we're going to capture the Ethernet portion of this. And, oh crap, hang on. I gotta get a bigger monitor. I cannot. This is a fine monitor as is. I just gotta make do with it. Alright, well, we'll see if I can make this tinier. Alright, that's a little tiny, but hey, it is what it is. We can see that now. That is all that matters. You see, we see the connection, we see the broadcast of who has. So now if I do a commit this, we will see the BGP messages start to hit. You see this TCP retransmissions. You see the BGP update message just sent. You see more ACKs, more everything. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Update. Yep. Who has what? ACK. And then the update. The open messages. Let's wait a little bit longer. Oh, that all pretty much just hit instantly. So let's pause the capture so we don't get anything else. So now, as you can see, if we just basically add a filter of BGP, you can see the messages right here. So the source is obviously our router 333, our homeboy. And if we look, we can see the open message, the optional parameters of hey, where are you? Transmission, the internet protocol, boom, boom, boom. If we go back down here to the keep alive messages, it's just more hey, we're just ACK you, more BGP, the length keep alive, then the update message, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, you get the gist. So now if I do a run show route, we have a bit of a situation here. As you can see, we're not learning, I'm on router 3, we're not learning router 2's 10.4/30 network. We're not learning that whole network because it is not being exported into the BGP routing table. Now, how do we solve this? What is the solution? I'm gonna let you guys think, do a little bit of Googling, and okay, I'm gonna just tell you now. So we need to export to direct routes from this router into BGP. So how we go about doing that is we got to go back into edit mode. We got to do set policy options. It's not a firewall filter. This isn't like firewall level stuff that we're sending off to the CPU. This is routing policy. So we're going to do policy statement send space direct. So now we're saying, hey, let's send direct routes. So now we're do from protocol direct, and then we do go back all the way to this from statement, and we do then accept. So we're just accepting. You can basically filter this based off of prefix lists or route filters or whatever you want. I'm just keeping it simple for now because there's no bogons or anything I really want to send in. Nothing really. So then I got to do set protocols BGP group external, and then I got to do export, and then we say send direct, and then we commit, and then over here we should see some routes. So now if I do a run show route on router 2, we should see that we are learning, of course, the management network, or well, that's our management network, but we're learning to hang on here. We are learning the 10.030, which is right here. We're learning this from router 1. As you can see, we did that on router 1. So we're learning this whole entire 10.0.0.30 right here. That's right here from router 1 into here via BGP. So as you can see, it is very, very important, and it's a great routing protocol. And I'm not gonna, let's fill up the routing table. Yeah, let's just do that, and then I'll show route summarization and call it a day. So we're gonna do that here. Set policy options, policy statement, send direct again, and actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Show pipe display set pipe match send space direct. And now I can just go ahead and copy this because I just am matching off of the policy statement. So now if I do this, this is a cool way also to load stuff. So you do load terminal, load set terminal. So what we're doing is we are loading set commands into the terminal, and see how we set, we want this, 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 and this, and then we do a control D to basically load it in there, and then we do a commit. And what will happen now is now that will happen, or that'll basically set it to commit, and we are golden. And then if we go here and paste it, oh, my cat's crying because he wants to play fetch. Yeah, he does that. Boom, I'll play with him after this. Commit and quit. And now, as you can see, if we do a show BGP route, or not show BGP route, show route, oof, we can see our routing table is a little bigger because of all these this 10.04 thing that we're learning on router 3. Well, technically that is directly connected, or 10, yeah, this one right here, this network, 10.0.0.4/30. Learning that via BGP, learning the 2.2.2.2 loop back via static and also via BGP because, well, we're special. But as you can see, yeah, we are learning a lot. We're learning that's our local address. We got a lot of direct. We're learning the whole summary. You know, it's really nice. But I'm kind of annoyed with all these 10s, aren't you? So let's go ahead and go back into our policy and see if we can't do a route summarization. So give me 1 second here. Let's go into edit on 1. Yeah, let's do 1, and we'll do a set policy options, policy statement, send to direct. Then let me see what options I have here. It's been a while since I've done a summary. Let me see here. And let's just do a route type source address filter. I might have to look this up. It's been a while since I've done route summaries. Let me see. Because now I'm curious. Now I want to do it. So this is how you, okay, yeah. Route filter, address prefixes. Send to direct. And then let's do from. We already did protocol direct and prefix list. List of prefixes of routes to match prefix list. Send direct. Alright, so then we do set policy options, policy options prefix list. And now we got to do a send tech direct, and then we got to do the prefix will be 10.00.0/24, and then we just hit enter and do a commit. And now if we do an exit and do a show BGP summary, a show route, and yeah, as you can see, we are I don't see it being accepted, but anywho, that prefix lists are pretty handy, but we'll do a route summarization later. Actually, let me see if I can't find it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so basically, give me 1 second here. As you can see, boom, we have a lot of direct routes, a lot of local, all that fun stuff. So now if we do a aha, it's under here, isn't it? Yep, there it is, the aggregate route. Boom. Because we can also create a generic route. There is a difference. It is basically just a way of how you configure it in a way it's redistributed. So now we can just do an aggregate route of boom 10.000/24, and now we can just do boom, we are good, and then do a commit. And now if we do a run show route, we are seeing that aggregate route right there. So boom, but it's being rejected, and I don't really feel like going into it, but that's how you do it. Anyways, that's pretty much what I have to show you guys for today. I hope it was very informative. BGP, it's a huge topic. There's a lot you can do. There is a book on BGP that I have somewhere lying around that basically describes it very much more in depth than I could ever dream of describing it. So let's go ahead and end the video here, and yeah, hopefully I can provide some more networking tips. Let me know what you want to see down in the comments. Don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, just go ahead and again, let me know what you want to see, and I can see if I can make a video on it. Have a good one, and everyone, enjoy your night.